TIFU, I tried to recreate a hot encounter with my wife and a ball gag and ended up with $2,000 dental bill, NSFW. So, technically this was Friday, but I digress. Been on vacation for 2 weeks. Lots of holiday stress and drama with family, been all over the place. Having an above average amount of sex with my wife. So that is a bonus. Sex these days is pretty routine. Not bad, but not super exciting. But something triggers a memory of an anniversary a few years ago. We rented a hotel room, had a babysitter for the night, brought champagne and charcuterie, got pretty drunk. We are both pretty normal, but both more comfortable being submissive, so we kind of just takes turns indulging each other's fantasies. So this particular night, I got some new toys. Ball gag that has a dildo receptacle and some other similar facial harness. I attempt to fuck her with the harness. Does not work at all. This is more of a face riding type of tool. Now we were fairly drunk at this point, but I remember waking up and thinking that was one of the hottest things I have ever been a part of. Fast forward a few years to Friday. We have not touched the toy bag in years, but that night pops into my head. I tell her I want to do that again. She has very vague memories of it due to the champagne. We end up going to sleep, but in the morning I am horny as hell and blurt out something crazy, like we can get a new puppy or car if you do this. So, I may regret that decision, but not yet. She agrees. I get the toy. She immediately said the dildo was no big. It was not, same one we used the last time. I say okay, we don't have to use it and start having sex. After 2 minutes of sex, or thinking about a puppy or car, she tells me to put it on. It does not go too well. I am biting down on the ball gag. She is riding up and down. It is hot, but not like I remember. Then the crack and dull pain. My 2 front crowns have cracked from biting on the ball too hard. Not fell off but cracked. We have both analyzed our memories of the anniversary night and have concluded the ball gag toy sucked from the start. And we switched to the harness, and that is what my fond memories are of. But now I have to buy $2,000 worth of dental work. TL/doctor, had an awesome memory of my wife using a ball gag dildo harness and we tried to recreate it years later and I broke $2,000 worth of crowns on my front teeth. I guess the gag is on you. Your new safe word, dental bill. The TIFU sub is the one place which brings me to wonder about the strange US medical system every time. $2,000 dentist bill. WTF. Wait, yes, ball gag with a Doc Johnson vacuum lock on the other end. Put what you want on the end. This was the awkward one. It was enjoyable, but we honestly liked the very basic other smaller harness better. At least you'll probably remember which toy is fun now. TIFU by forgetting how to say fat in English. But first, I want to apologize for my English. It is not my first language. And this FU is like a 3 or 4 years old. So sorry for that too. Edit, forget about one very important information. Dick means fat in German. I live in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe. At elementary school we have 3 languages: Czech, English and German language. One day I got a homework about fast foods. It have to write 10 sentences in English about fast foods. It was so trivial, but still I was able to fucked it up. So the day I should presentate my homework in front of my whole class, my friend said me an hour before it, "Hey dude, you got your homework?" At that moment I was like, oh my lord. Just to be clear, I have at the time 4 dots for not having homework, because I was a lazy fat kid. If you got 5 dots, you will be punished by doing schoolworks, like cleaning bathroom etc. So I started writing my homework like 10 minutes before I should presentate it, and I didn't finish it at the time. I got 9 sentences, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna improvise. So I started my presentation, and in the middle of the presentation our principal walks in to check at our lesson. Pretty common thing at our school. So I was presentating, everything was great, and at the 10th sentence I started to zone out. I was thinking about German lesson we have the next day, and because of that I said, people who eat fast food and junky food are dicks. After like 3 seconds I looked at my teacher. He was horrified. The whole class was laughing their ass off, including principal. And that was the first day in my life my parents was called to the school. TL/doctor, I said dick and not fat in my English lesson presentation in front of my teacher, prick nipple and the whole class. I ended up writing the Russian word for dick on a random piece of paper and then using that piece of paper for the English test, a little one, obviously forgetting and not noticing the word. But man, did the teacher notice it. Oh my god, she saw it instantly. Now, I'm curious, where did the dick come from? You mentioned thinking about your German lessons, so I assume it's a German word. Oh, I'm sorry. Dick is a German word for fat. Just say big bone the next time. I check, bro. Is making the kids clean up toilets even legal too? They'd give us a 5 at worst back then. But yeah, I tend to switch up my English and German by accident quite a lot, too. So, Philia. I was in a village school D. In that school every way to fuck with kids was legal. Or, not legal, but they were doing it anyway D. That definitely happened. TIFU by opening my mother's package. As a precursor, my mother gets a lot of packages. A lot of packages. Currently living with her, I've opened up a lot of these packages with permission, and I've left a lot of them be. Today, another package came, a long, rectangular box, and I thought nothing of it. She orders a ton of unnecessary shit from the internet to the point where it seems she gets a new package with another useless item at least 4 times a week. As another precursor, my mom has 2 chihuahuas, and my large dog, who lives with her as well. Chihuahuas piss and shit all over the place and are poorly trained. Before I walked my dog, I threw the package on the ground near to the door, not caring to put it on a piece of furniture or somewhere that chihuahuas couldn't get to it, because I was fixated more on walking my dog. Fast forward to 30 minutes later, I've come back from my dog walk, and I pick up the package, only to realize that the bottom is slathered in a watery substance. A watery substance that smells suspiciously like chihuahua piss. Cursing myself, I take the package to my mother after grabbing a pair of scissors and say I'm going to set it on the floor of the garage to not stain more of the house with dog pee to open it, and she says it's fine for me to do so as long as she doesn't have to touch dog pee. And so I open the package from the side that's not covered in dog pee. Underneath the not so copious amount of packing material, I notice something long and thin, which looks akin to a beauty instrument, which is what I thought it was, until I caught a glimpse of the label, and started gawking. No, it was not any of those things. It was a vibrator. Checking out the other 2 packages contained therein, a dildo, and lube. I immediately run inside to her room and pass the stuff to her in embarrassment, trying to hold back expletives, to which she responds by asking if the package contained any batteries. If I had only handed off the package to her, then I probably wouldn't have to think about the realization that she bought 2 vibrators and lube. Doctor, learned that my 50-plus-year-old mother purchased sex toys because I opened her mail order package, and now I feel like I need brain bleach. She's 50 plus, not dead. Your mother and I have a very healthy sex life, and that's okay. Brazzers. And now you know how Mumsy was gonna pay for your collage, you ungrateful little shit. Don't let the dogs piss on the cam. I guess the ads are right, you actually have a horny MILF near you. Family therapy, huh?